Hey friends, Karen Baskett DIYer here. Welcome back for another fun tumbler tutorial with me. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created a glow-in-the-dark tumbler using Tech Wrap's glow-in-the-dark HTV. Yes, I said HTV, and it is super cute and super fun. I use the crackle effect on it as well, and I can't wait to show you this one. So just stay tuned, follow along, and I'll walk you through the steps and show you how I created this one.
Because this one is going to be so incredibly simple and I'm not going to be using spray paint or glitter for this glow effect, I wanted to just start out by showing you that I went into Cricut Design Space and found a couple of ghost images that I liked. I cut those out. I weeded them out differently because I'm going to basically use one to create my peekaboo technique, and so the other will be used for an outline later. Next, I grabbed my tumbler. Yes, I did scrub it and prep it as usual, and then I am using Tech Wrap's glow-in-the-dark HTV for this one. I cut it to size, and then I wrapped it right up, and I am going to be using my new HTV Ront Auto Tumbler Heat Press to apply this Tech Wrap Glitter Glow-in-the-Dark HTV. Now, I will tell you, the very first time I tried this, it was a complete and total fail. I do have a tutorial that I ended up using that failed tumbler on, but anyways, I got it down pat, and here I'm just showing you that I had a little overlap, and so I turned my tumbler and pressed it again. I did 390 for 10 seconds twice, as you saw, and then I took it out and unwrapped it once it was nice and cool. Okay, now that I've got this glow-in-the-dark HTV on here, I am going to put a layer or two of my CRYSTALAC Grande Finale 2.0 on here. This is a 2-hour dry time, and so I'm just going to get this going and then move on with my vinyl mill. Okay, so my green glow-in-the-dark HTV has got 2 layers of Grande Finale 2.0 on it. I really do hope that I'm not jumping the gun here, but this is nice and dry, and so I've cut out my ghost, as you see here. And then I also did this little spooky vibes. So now then I want to go ahead and place my ghost on here. And if you've seen my other tutorial, or when you see my other tutorial, the Frankenstein tutorial, you're gonna see the chaos that happened. Okay, that tumbler was a pure disaster, and I don't want that to happen here. So I'm just going to go ahead and try this. Hopefully it works. Okay, the next thing I'm going to be doing is I've got my Universal White from the CRYSTALAC company. And I'm going to just put a little bit over into this little cup because I don't want to be dipping back and forth into it because of what I'm about to do. Here I'm just using a brush and some Elmer's glue to put a thin layer all over the tumbler. I am avoiding the bottom because I'm just going to be leaving it the stainless color. I mean, if it gets on there a little bit, it should be okay. I'll be able to get that off later, but basically just put a very thin light coat on. Then I'm grabbing one of my CRYSTALAC brushes, which I love so much, and I'm dipping it in that Universal White and putting a thin layer over it. I'm being very light-handed here. I don't want to drag my glue that's down below. I just want to lightly coat all of the glue with the universal white paint.
Okay, so I took it into my bathroom and I used my blow dryer on it. I would use my heat gun, but I do not know where my heat gun is. It's still packed away somewhere. But that's looking pretty stinking cool. And whenever I walked through my closet, I saw the glow effect and it was so cool. So I'm really pumped with how this is turning out. And in just a little bit, I'm gonna peel up the ghost. Okay, this has been drying for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. I feel like I can safely peel up the ghost now, so let's give it a shot. If they start tearing the glue, which I think is what's gonna happen. Oh no. Yeah, I should have known that was gonna happen. They're stretching the glue. Dang. Okay. Stay there. It's all gonna be okay. That tells me that that glue is not totally dry yet. Yeah, because it shouldn't really be oh, there we go. Okay, that was better. And I just want to make sure it stays pressed down. Ugh. Bad. As long as I get a blank spot for my outlines, my ghost outlines to go, I'm gonna be happy, okay? Let's fix it.
Luckily, I was able to stick that right back on there because of that Elmer's glue not being completely dry just yet.
You can't even really tell that it was torn. And my ghost shape can still go there. Okay, it's all good, people. It's all good. This is all gonna be beautiful, I promise.
Once I was certain that my paint and Elmer's glue layer was totally and completely dry, I grabbed my Grande Finale 2.0 and some Galaxy liquid mica. I mixed those together and then I put a layer over the entire tumbler. This is going to give it a nice shimmer effect instead of just that stark white paint.
All right, you guys, so I have several coats of Grande Finale on here, and I just did a level sand over it and wiped it all off. And now then I am going to apply my little ghost outlines on here, and hopefully, I mean, you know, they're all so similarly shaped. It's just going to be about getting the right one, the right size where it goes, but that's what I'm going to do now. So I am not loving how this is looking around the top. I feel like it looks pretty messy. So I'm just going to use my craft knife and carefully go around and peel that off.
so that whenever I continue the cup, I think I'm also going to do that with the bottom. See, I've not put anything on the bottom yet. So once I peel all this off, it's really going to clean the cup up. I also am considering adding some bats to it maybe, or even just some sprinkle glitter to it. But I think it's turning out pretty cute otherwise. All right, so I got it all cleaned up and it looks so much better. But I still think it needs a little something to fill in these areas. I just went back into my Cricut design space and I found some cute little bats to cut out and put on here. Okay, so I had mentioned earlier that I might add glitter or bats, but I decided to do both. So I'm giving it a layer of the Grande Finale 2.0, and once I get this layer on here, I'm gonna let it spin for just a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to grab my Bubbles glitter from Glitter Heart Co. and just gently sprinkle some of this glitter within the white areas of the tumbler. I'm trying to avoid getting it on the ghost just because I like to strategically place it where I want it. And if the Grande Finale 2.0 is still too wet, it will run. I just want it to be in those empty areas. Okay, once that glitter layer had dried, then I definitely needed to add more Grande Finale 2.0, quite a few layers in fact. And now that I'm giving this a nice good sand, usually we say a level sand, but I didn't really have anything to create a level sand handy, so I'm just sanding the tumbler, trying not to sand too terribly hard, rinsing it off really well, and then I can move on and complete the tumbler. Now then, it's just time to finish the entire tumbler out with layers and layers of Grande Finale 2.0 and Bright Tone. Bright Tone will be what I use to totally complete the tumbler with. I just prefer Bright Tone over the Grande Finale 2.0 because I have a better feel for it, and I just feel like it creates a much brighter shine. All right, you guys, here it is, the completed tumbler. I think this turned out so incredibly cute. The crackle effect, the glow in the dark, the ghost, the bats, the glitter, you name it. It just is super cute in my opinion. Here, I'm just showing you the bottom. I left it blank. Here's the glow in the dark effect. I was not even thinking whenever I put the spooky vibes decal on there, I should have cut an outline around it so that it would glow as well, but that's all right. But I think that I am very happy with how this turned out, considering the first time I tried the glow in the dark HTV, it was a total fail. Like I said, that tumbler tutorial is coming up. It's in the works, so be on the lookout for it. It is a Frankenstein tumbler. All right, I hope you found this helpful, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thanks for watching.